Hello, this is Aryan Singh, one of the co-author of the paper, An Efficient Barcode and QR Code Recognition System for Consumer Service Application, which is to be presented on 2020 Zooming Innovation in the Consumer Technologies Conference to be held on 26th May 2020. The major outline of this paper is introduction, barcodes and QR code, the definition of the barcode and the QR codes, proposed method by which we will be solving a problem and making it more efficient, results and the discussions of the future scope, and the conclusion and the future scope, how this can be worked out and the future technologies can work on this and get a better results. So in the current scenarios, the world, we have enormous volumes of goods that are being produced and transported all across the globe and on the daily basis. So we have a lot of goods that has to be maintained in the inventory, as well as in the while we are selling, we need to have proper values of the data that is involved with the particular amount of goods. So to have an efficient control over the production and the distribution of the goods, it is very much essential that we provide an appropriate information of the data to identify each involved good, and by that we can actually make the inventory system very easy and very effective to be implemented for a large inventory. So barcode and QR code came into the picture in 1980, and this is most widely used technique to convert each individual goods identity into a data. How we can differentiate one good from the another, and with a simple barcode scan or the QR code scan, we can get all the relevant information regarding that particular good from the database linked into it. So this is a one-time process where you have to make a data set or a database regarding all the goods in the inventory, and after that you can always utilize the barcode scanning program like ours to get all the relevant information. The study 2D barcode has received a scope of consideration due to huge stockpiling limit, high secrecy, solid protection from the harm, with several other features. As while the stocks mean that goods are being produced at such high level, it is very important to so that we can differentiate between one good and the other one by some method, and 2D barcodes and the QR codes actually help us in a very efficient manner, as the cost of implementation of QR codes is less, and the condition that with the hardware implementation is actually not as costly as in the other scenarios. Maintaining a different register for this is too consuming and highly inefficient. So study of barcode and QR code has become a significant research point in the point of field recognition, pattern recognition and image processing. So what are the barcode and QR codes? Barcode comprises of the equal bars and spaces of various width and dividing between them. So we have some lines and as well as some spaces, blank spaces and white spaces. Number below the barcode act as an identity. Generally it's an ISBN number, UPC number. So we have numbers that tells about the identity of the item which is in the inventory. The symbol has majorly two parts. One is the coding region and the other one is function graphic, which includes looking through examples, separators, situation design and adjusting designs. The function graphic cannot be used for data encoding. It has nothing to do with the encoding part of the barcode. Bars and spaces constitute a barcode. So what all that we have in a barcode is a bar and spaces, and it is a machine meaningful portrayal of numerals and characters. So generally there are two parts, that bars and spaces, which is to be utilized for machines, and the other we have numerals. The number below the barcode is written as the numerals which are assigned to an individual item. Barcode that are present today are EAN, that is JAN, CODA bar NW7, which is code 39 and code 128, and we have an attached and linear barcode image with ISBN number 9780521865715. So this identity, that 9780521865715, is linked to a good in the inventory or in the library, or linked to a particular good in the inventory or in a manufacturing unit, and this will be a part of the database as well, so that we can connect whatever the valuable information to the whole part. QR code are known as the quick response code. where the reason behind the name quick response is that we can detect it via mobile phone cameras. So it is used to take a fragment of data from a temporary media device and use it in our cell phones. Nowadays the QR code is more meaningful, as we can store a URL and geo directions etc. in the QR code. The relevance is increasing day by day, as we can use QR code at multiple places. Like QR code, a simple scan of QR code can help you to use a URL, and now in the marketing section as well, the advertisement are now using a QR code where you can actually, from an hard copy, you can move to the soft copy with a simple scan from your camera. So this is an ideal example of a QR code attached in this presentation. Proposed method, the method we are proposing for QR and barcode recognition follows the steps of data acquisition, then graying, filtering, binarization, data recognition, decoding, and then we get the output. So these are the simple stages that are involved in this: data acquisition, graying, filtering, binarization, and then data recognition, which is then decoded, and then we get the desired output. Data acquisition, graying, and filtering. So we have this three stages of recognizing a barcode and QR code with the method that we are proposing. In data acquisition, we capture the images from different items that could be books or any other good, and a database of different barcode and QR code is created as a .csv file, and information regarding the product, relevant information regarding the product are stored in that CSV file. So after we capture the images of the barcode, we use the method of graying. Graying is the method of estimation of every pixel light intensity. So whenever the intensity of light, where the intensity of the light is higher or the strongest, then it is the white color, and where the intensity of the light is lowest, it is in the black color. So we basically change the whole image in the form of the light intensity. Then we apply the method of filtering. Filtering is the technique of enhancing an image. This is a basic image processing technique in which we filter out the noise, and we sharpen the image, and we basically describe the borders of the image, so that which area which is the noise, and to clarify which is the noise and which is the proper signal that we have. This is the most relevant step that we have, because we filter out the noise from the picture. We are using in this proposed method the contra harmonic filter to remove the salt and pepper noise from the image. The pepper noise is removed for the positive values of Q, and the salt noise is removed for the negative values of Q, where Q is the order of the contra harmonic filter. Binarization, data recognition, and decoding. In the process of the image binarization, we are taking a grayscale image on the basis of light intensity and converting it to a black and white image, which is used to reduce the information contained within the image to black and white, a binary image. This process is known as image thresholding. Thresholding might lead to an image which has more than two levels of gray, that is black and white. It might lead to more than two levels, but basically we are doing a segmentation where an image is divided into its constituent objects, and this is the process that is generally used to extract an object from an image. Then comes the process of data recognition. This process is the major part, as it detects the 2D barcode from an entire image. This individually relies upon the scanner tag areas. We have Sobel kernels are used to find the gradient of abscissa and ordinate. The x-axis, the length of the barcode, and the width of the barcode. And to get the most relevant information, the pixels with a high gradient value are selected. And then comes the Python programming, where the decoding of this QR code or the barcode is done. So we have an argparse library which is used to pass the command line arguments, and then we are using pyzbar decode to use for which is used for finding and decoding the barcode in our pictures. So the pyzbar library is the major portion, major part of the barcode which finds and decode the barcode in our picture. And how it is working is, first it converts the image into RGB, that is red, green and blue, and then internally calls for a draw rectangle or draw polygon function, which is called upon the basis of the shape of the barcode or the dimension of the barcode. In the section 4, we have results and discussion. The barcode output we got at our first testing was 9789352607990, which we stored in a variable and matched it with the ISBN column of the data frame, and it gave us the corresponding detail of the book title, author name, page, publication, cost and ISBN, which were object-oriented programming with the C++ by E. Balaguru Swami, with pages of 588, produced by McGraw-Hill Education Publication, of cost 600, and the ISBN number, which is 9789352607990 respectively. The proposed methodology is developed using the Python programming language and validated over the images of barcode and QR code taken from the products. The basic idea of to perform this work is to capture and decode the barcode and QR codes automatically using image processing techniques. Image processing techniques are used in this because we have been able to reduce the processing time significantly with higher accuracy than the previously proposed algorithms, and then we are using it for the consumer application by Python Pandas data frame tool, which we are linking the output of our barcode scanner with the CSV file where all the relevant information about the product is stored. The program matches the output ISBN code and with the one we have in the ISBN column of the data frame, and it gives us all the relevant detail of the book or the product that is in inventory or in our library. So the discussion that we have created a method through an image processing, and we have significantly reduced the runtime and the accuracy. And here is the comparison table that we have. By the first work was done by Tunestra with the method of basic morphological operation, where the runtime was 1.188 seconds with an accuracy of 82.82%. And then we have studied about the Tenkin and Coghlan work with the method of image scanning, and which has a runtime of 0.387 seconds with an accuracy of 73.84%. Similarly, Jewett et al. With the method of bottom hat filtering got a runtime of 1.314 seconds with an accuracy of 86.79%. And in this proposed method that we are using with the method of image processing, we have got a runtime of 0.25 seconds and accuracy of 87%, which is significantly better than the other proposed methods and with a less runtime. The conclusion and the future scope of this proposed method and this paper is, this paper presents an image processing based method for automatic analysis of barcode and QR code. The proposed method involves the filtering of the image to remove the noises associated in the image. The filter we are using is contra harmonic filter, and the salt and pepper noises are removed with the help of this contra harmonic filter. The image are converted into grayscale and binarization is performed so that we get the images in the black and white. The proposed method is suitable for the practical application since the execution time taken is approximately 0.25 seconds with an accuracy of 87%. The future scope of this work is implementing a proposed method on a microcontroller platform for developing a proof of concept prototype for the automatic detection of barcodes. This particular method, with the help of a suitable hardware or a microcontroller, Raspberry Pi, can be used in the commercially available options, and it can be a toe-to-toe, give the toe-to-toe competition to all the commercially available options we have regarding the barcode detection. And I'm very thankful to our reviewers. Our reviewer reviewed us and forwarded us some suggestions to improve the overall quality of the manuscript. We have incorporated the suggestion in the revised manuscript. The suggestion one of the reviewer one was the improvement with respect to existing methods should be better highlighted in the paper. So the response that we have is a comparison with the existing method is presented in the table and in figure 8 of manuscript to highlight the superiority of the proposed method. Further, the abstract, the introduction and the conclusion is modified as per the suggestion of the reviewer. Suggestion 2 of the reviewer 1 was, please clarify the meaning of the Q in equation 1. And the responses, as per the suggestion of the reviewer, we have modified and explained that the Q is the order of contra-harmonic filter. Order of the contra-harmonic filter, the positive values are removed as pepper noises and the salt noises are removed as the negative values of the Q. The suggestion 3 of the reviewer 1 was, the result should be presented and discussed in a more clear way. It seemed that author performed a single barcode and QR code recognition. It is important because in the conclusion system they claim that the proposed method has a 100% accuracy. And as per the suggestion of the reviewer, we performed more tests and the new results has been modified in the revised manuscript, which is 87%. Suggestion 4 of the reviewer 1 was, English and readability should be improved. Yes, thank you for the suggestion. As per the suggestion for this reviewer, the reference has been modified in the revised manuscript and we have removed all the typos and improved the readability and the English of the paper. Response of the reviewer 2. So first of all, I want to thank the reviewer 2 for his effort and time to review and providing us the suggestion to improve our quality of the manuscript that we have forwarded. We have incorporated the suggestion and comment in the revised manuscript. Suggestion 1 of the reviewer 2 was, the paper has been written in the form of report without any comparison with the existing solution for barcode and QR code recognition. So we have included a table with previous works and the existing solution, and then we have highlighted that our method has less runtime with improved accuracy than the previous and existing methods. And the suggestion 2 was page 2 and section 2. We have some typo errors of along one with, and we have revised, we have corrected the typo error in the revised manuscript. In page 2 section 2 again we have written 2 times dot code. The typo error is again corrected. And the suggestion 4, page 2 section 2a, below the figure 1 it is written, a typical example of linear barcode is shown in figure 2. Even figure 2 represents 2D code. So yes, we have also corrected the typo error that has been corrected in the revised manuscript as well as in this particular presentation. The suggestion 2 of the reviewer 2, we have in the page 3 below the equation 1, it is mentioned that the contra-harmonic filter is best for removing salt and pepper noise, which is implemented using equation 1. Where is the evidence for this sentence, and is this your conclusion or is it somewhere already proved? No sir, we have a response for it that no, the contra-harmonic filter is not part of our conclusion. We have attached a reference as the proof of this, and the typo error has been corrected in the revised manuscript. TPC question and discussion. Can you please contrast your proposed solution with the use of NFC and other wireless based tracking technologies? An efficient and effective technologies requires an effective method of working in the background for solution. In this study, we have proposed a method for barcode and QR code recognition. To justify the superiority of the proposed method, we have presented a comparison table with the existing method and with a significant improvement in the accuracy, and the runtime error is significantly less. So hardware implementation of this proposed method can be done using a microcontroller, or we can develop an Android application, which is a part in the future scope of this study. And the question 2 is, can you pinpoint the efficiency of your system with regard of commercially available solution? Can it be integrated with the third-party consumer services, and how? So the accuracy of our proposed system is 87% in comparison to the commercial solutions. We have incorporated a comparison table in the revised manuscript to justify our superiority of the proposed method in terms of execution time, which is runtime, and accuracy. And the answer to the second question is yes, it can be definitely integrated with the third-party consumer services. We can implement the proposed method on the hardware devices such as microcontroller, or we can develop an Android application that will be running in the background to be used for consumer services. Thank you for this opportunity to present this paper. Thank you all.